What is going on, Libras? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your weekly read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I always like reading the comments. If you're new to the channel and you like the video, like it. Drop a comment. Like I said, I love reading them. And everyone is welcome here. We're all about the love. So if you're looking for a channel and a community to be part of, we got lots of openings and lots of love to share. Anyway, before I get too corny, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Libras? What is coming in for the Libra? I like this deck. I don't like when I get a certain shuffle. Universe, what do we have for Libra? We have a backwards card in this deck. Alright, one more. There we go. Sorry about that. First one just didn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, I'll just switch it up. They're all pre-shuffled. I pre-shuffle all my decks, so just so you're feel secure in that. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Libras? So first thing, I feel like we start off with the Hermit. You know, that overall energy of like being in your head. I feel like there's a connection around you, and I feel like you're unease with it. Like you don't know. It just something doesn't feel right. You know, it doesn't feel like this person, like with the Hermit, and we leave the star in reverse. It feels like this person is very superficial. And I just don't mean about how they look, it's about appearances in general. But I don't feel like they're nurturing. I don't feel like they give to you. It almost feels like it's a continuous taking. Like not just your things, your money, your love, your energy. Like it just feels exhausting as shit. Like there's this hot and cold energy with this person. I mean, more cold than hot. And I feel like, I just feel like it's almost like a constant heartbreak. Like it's just when you think you got it wrong, they drop something else on you. I'm not here to tell you what you think. What I'm seeing, what I'm here, you know what you think and how you feel. I'm just connecting to the energy. But for what I see with this person, it's not. This isn't for the weak. You know, I feel like this person, you're dealing with someone that doesn't have a lot of potential, and they know that. You know, I sense a lot of weakness in this person's character. You know, and I feel like I said, with the strength card in reverse, we get the page of wands in reverse. Like, this person is kind of like already hit their peak. They kind of remind me of someone that, seems mean. It's like that person in high school, that really popular, good-looking person that was just a really bad person, but they looked really good aesthetically. They had it all together. They had, you know, and for some weird reason, all the really good-looking, popular, rich kids. I mean, I went to school and I was medium class and a lot of rich kids, so it's, anyway, let's move on. My point is it's almost like that was the peak for them. Like, this person, like, they're at their peak right now, but I mean, they might even be starting to fall off. You know, and even so much as the things that you couldn't see before, you're seeing now with this person with the Two of Swords reverse. And the more you see, you start seeing, like I said, you start seeing them from who they really are. The veil keeps coming off more and more, and the more defensive this person starts to become. So when this person, like I said, that hot and cold energy and this defensive energy, when this person starts distancing themselves from you, but not detaching from you. And what I mean by that is, like, they're still in your life, but it's just like they come and go. And that'll get more frequent as we move forward. I mean, I don't see a huge transformation here. We have the Death card in reverse. I mean, I don't see it getting better. And I feel like you playing small for this person is doing you no justice. You know, and I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be, offensive. But sometimes we know better. And that's what I mean by play small. Sometimes we're not living up to what we know we deserve and what we know we can do and what we know we can have. So it's like we're playing small for somebody else. This person, like I said, this is not what you want to do here. I mean, I'm not getting any good vibes of this person at all. I mean, we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Emperor in reverse. Like, that's what it's like, acting like you're the boss. Like, this person, definitely some imposter syndrome. Like, they're trying to be something that they're not. Like, maybe the past peak of them, they're trying to still live up to that. But I feel like they're dragging you down with them. And I feel like, I mean, we have the Four Cups. This is more you, though. I feel like this is like looking back and kind of reflecting and seeing, you know, the more you start seeing holes in things, the more holes appear until you really see it for what it is. You know, it's really weird how the mind works. I'll get into that in a minute. I mean, I feel like, you know, what I'm seeing here is I just feel like you have too much on your plate with the Two of Pentacles, and I just feel like this is just adding more to it, and it's not bringing balance. You know, I mean, we have the World card leading into the Wheel of Fortune. You know, everything that isn't meant for us has to have an end date. And with the World card, I feel like this is that time. This is time to end. And that end is just a beginning of something else. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like I'm safely to say something really good. You know, I mean, Wheel of Fortune, good things happening. I feel like good things will start happening immediately, is what I mean by that. Starting to find balance in your life again and starting to realize what was keeping you out of balance. Sometimes we don't know how bad something is until we don't have it. We don't realize, what it was really like. Like we thought we had it good, or we thought we had something, and when you realize, like I said, the holes start appearing. For some of you, like I was gonna say, I am getting the 10 of Cups. I feel for some of you, this is a message of either returning home or completing home. Maybe linking up with some old friends because of, maybe this person may have lost them for you. I'm just getting that message of that feeling of coming home or being home or just a homely feeling, but that's not going to be for everybody. I'm an optimist, at the end of the day, when you find out someone isn't the one, it's just, you can cross them off your list, and I know that's not very promising, seeing how there's how many billion people in the world. I'd say it, but I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, you can't be wrong if you don't say it, right? But yeah, I know it doesn't much consolation, but once you know they're not the one, they're not the one. When you meet someone new, you don't know if they're the one or not. But that person, they're not. So you put them in the do not read again column. I always say relationships are like books. Once you read it, and if it's a bad one, don't read it again. And keep the good ones close. With this person, I have Aquarius, we have Gemini, we have Leo, Sagittarius. I'm getting some Sagittarius vibes. We had Capricorn and Taurus. I am getting some water. Say Scorpio. Definitely got a strong Scorpio vibe there. And what I was gonna say is that's the end of the read. For anyone that's just here for the read, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. Anybody wants to hear me ramble, I'm ready to go. The thing is, what I mean about holes, like I was out one day, and we had this new Jeep. It was the shiniest thing ever. It was all black, like black on black rims. It was beautiful. And I remember one day, it was like a couple of years down the road. I remember one day when I was seeing it in like this, like, it was almost like a scratch, but it wasn't like, it was so fine that you know? And then I remember I seen more and more and more, and all of a sudden I couldn't unsee them. And then I was like looking at it, I was like, what is going on right now? But they weren't scratches though, like, it was so weird. It was just how they were scratches, but they were so minuscule that you couldn't even see them unless you see them on the right light. But after I seen it, and I couldn't unsee it, and that's what I mean. Sometimes we see people, we see, things we don't like about someone, and then we start seeing other things that we don't like, and then all of a sudden, it seems like everything we see we don't like. That's what I mean, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes you'll notice something small, something good about someone, and then all of a sudden you start noticing these other things, and then all of a sudden you're like, this person is a really good person. And people like that, you find a good person, whether it's a romantic connection or just a friendship, you can find a really good person to hold on to them, because there's a lot out there, but we hide really well. It seems nowadays, it seems like the bad is ruling over, but I'm an optimist, so like I said before. But like I said, sometimes, same thing when I bought that Jeep. Before that we had this minivan, and it was like a Chrysler or a Dodge minivan or something. I can't remember. And I remember when I first got the Jeep and I drove it, I was like, I didn't think the van was that bad. Like, it was in really good shape. It was a newer van. But then when I got the Jeep, I started noticing little things that made it even a better purchase. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was getting a good deal as it is, because I always wanted a Jeep. I love them, the new Jeeps. And I always loved them. And so we went and we got it, and I was already sold. Like, I was walking in the door, I was sold. As long as I got what I wanted, I was sold. They didn't have to sell me. But like I said, on the way home and during the test drive, I found a few things, but on the way home and then the next few months, and sadly to say, even a year later, I still found things that were neat. It's funny how you can be around something, and it's like that with people, though. Over the years, me and Rose, like, I find more things I love about her, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. But I'll stop yammering. When you get a good one, hold on to it. I just put a quote up about, flaws and stuff, and, it's about the flaws that you can love them, makes you love them more. And sometimes there's things about someone that you don't even know, the unknown about people, until you know each other completely, you never really know completely. Like, you don't have to introduce yourself to someone new and be completely open with them. Like telling your whole life story in the first hour. It might be kind of weird for some people. But the more you connect with someone, the more you feel connected, that's when it's almost like leveling up in a video game. Okay, well, you did really good here, so I'm letting you go to the next level. Next level security. And it's okay to do that. Again, I'm rambling, so love y'all. Be good. Stay safe.